Also had a big regret that he did. Now, we have one wish.
Oh.
And maybe this is Klay Thompson's wish in his life. Here's Klay on the Paul George podcast about something he wished he could take back.
I know, Book, you gave him the...
Yeah, I was in my feelings, though.
The full
And Book was
time.
busting my ass that day. I was not where I needed to be. Yeah. Stuff doesn't age well. Now that it age well for me,
Yeah.
like, I don't need to be flexing 4 rings, bro. Like, everybody know that. That's on Wikipedia. Like, my game wasn't where it was at, and we all get insecure at times.
Yeah.
I'm not man enough to admit that. I'm man enough to admit that we all have our moments of weakness. So I'm not really proud of that one. Because I see Devin Booker, and I should be like, man, I should be proud of this young man.
Yeah.
Like, the work he's put in, he survived a tough regime in Phoenix where everyone's getting traded. He's playing for a new coach every year, but now he's a franchise player because he just kept working. So I admire the guys who have work ethic like that, you know?
Klay Thompson.
That
Said
is-
he regret the 4 fingers.
It's the most endearing minute and a half from Klay Thompson ever. Like, he felt so vulnerable at admitting his insecurities, admitting that, like, I wish I would have had that one back. Like, it's just refreshing when I hear somebody who has a lot of, power within the league or, amongst the fan base or, earned. I mean, he's earned all this stuff. And, like, admit their faults. Like, to me, it was very refreshing. It makes me reinforce why we all love Klay Thompson.
Well, this will also reinforce why you love Klay Thompson.
But I know, Andrew, Steph, Dre, CP, and I, and the rest of the guys, we're hungry. We're in our group chat right now. We're trying to set up some mini camps for the season, but we're all on the same page. Like, look, we got another ring in us. We at least expect that. We can do it if we just stay the course and not look too far ahead. Take it week by week and just enjoy the process, because that's all you can really do. If you focus on a championship, it doesn't really do you nothing. You got to enjoy everything about it, the training camp, the preseason. So last year, I definitely have a bad taste in my mouth still, but that's not the worst thing, because now I'm hungrier than ever, and I still want to, I want to get back to that mountaintop. Like, 4 is cool, but why not get as many as you can get?
Exactly.
At least attempt, and then I can walk away from this game saying I gave it everything I had. That's all you can do.
Klay Thompson, man. That's why I love the guy.
The funniest part is Paul George, who has none. Exactly. Like he totally feels him on adding to his entire trophy case. It's just funny.
It is funny, but it was that's where Klay's at right now.
You
better believe he's going to come out to a faster start this season. Like, that's one thing with the Warriors. They're around the corner. Preseason schedule is released. Bobbleheads released. Curry's graduation bobblehead. Klay Thompson, paper airplane. 2 preseason games. Victor Wembanyama for the last preseason game. It's kind of a scary. I like what I'm hearing from Steph and Klay. They sound very focused, and they sound like they're ready to take this league on again and get off to a hot. That's the key for me with the Warriors. They get off to a hot start. That dispels all the noise about Chris Paul, at least in the early going.
Well,
I'm going to
make a statement here. I'm going to make a statement here, and I want you to tell me, and this is not hyperbolic. I think this is fair. The reclamation project they did with Andrew Wiggins is unbelievable.
What about JaVale McGee?
I was going to bring him up next. Swaggy P, Nick Young.
Yeah.
All of these guys, even DeMarcus Cousins to a degree, the respect after their tenure with the Warriors was tenfold.
Yep.
If they can get Chris Paul to win 1 championship, I think that is the cherry on the top of a giant cake that is the greatest reclamation project in Warrior history.
And really, we're talking about a Hall of Fame point guard.
No, he is established. But
We're talking about a
his
guy
biggest hole in his resume
is not
for
having
his
a ring.
career.
Not having a ring.
I mean, if we were to say last 20 years, name the players in sports who needed a ring to define their greatness as the last benchmark.
He's up there with Barkley, Malone. He's right there.
And Barkley hasn't played in years.
Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers had a great career, but he's the guy in that quarterback class that didn't get a ring. With Ben Roethlisberger, Eli Manning, Dan Marino. Couldn't get that ring. Bonds. There's a lot of guys. Jeff Kidd couldn't get that ring. So.
Right.
And somebody made a great point here.
What's that?
Rocket New Era. Well, that Rocket New Era. Klay's also in the final year of his contract. He's going to want more money, so he's going to be focused. There's no doubt. But I like the mindset. And look, he has more money than we can all count. Klay's paid. Klay will be paid no matter
what.
But he actually cares about the rings, cares about the championships. And there's a mission there for this Golden State Warriors team, so I can't wait. It's going to be – we got Chris Paul in the Bay Area. Like, that's still wild to me.
What's your sports wish? Because you were talking about, I want to set this up again because you're talking about sports wish. Is your sports wish for them to win this 5th ring?
No, that's not my sports wish. You know what my sports wish is? My sports wish is for one day, the San Francisco 49ers move back into the city.
See, you took mine. And I'm not going one day. I want them to build on the water.
No way, that wasn't your sports wish.
Yes, swear to God. I swear to God. I swear to God. We did not talk about this. I swear to God. They got to move back.
Wow.
You know why? I was thinking about this. I was watching.
Wow, we got the same sports wish.
Okay.
All right, let me switch it up then.
No,
I had no idea.
Can I expand on this? We can argue till we're blue in the face about what happened 10 years ago and why they moved. Okay? They're where they are. But shame on me for wanting some fog to roll in the 4th quarter of a late Sunday night or Monday night game when you got the 49ers playing at home with that dewy feel. You don't get that at Levi's.
I swear to God.
I want my team to have the stadium back in the city. They're the first team born and raised in San Francisco. They were the second team born and raised on the West Coast in terms of the professional teams from the Big Three.
Yep.
Okay, it was them and the Rams. All the other teams moved west. I want them to come back to their rightful home of San Francisco, and I think it's going to happen in my lifetime.
So that was my sports wish because I've always talked about the drive-in theater, the Cow Palace over there in Geneva. I know that's technically Daly City or whatnot, but it's right there on the border. There's plenty of space over there. Cow Palace is decrepit. We love it. It's iconic, but it's done.
In between 280 and 101?
Right. 280, 101. Geneva, you got all those lanes out there.
Yep.
Cow trades right there.
Mm-hmm. Bart, Daly City Bart.
Daly City Bart. You got it
Balboa
all.
Bart.
You got to go. You could get there. You can get the Balboa Bart. You got all the state. And I miss catching Muni to the game.
Yeah,
I miss the Ballpark Express.
The 28X.
Whatever it was. The Van Ness bus. The 28. I've done them all. 29. You name it. I miss Candlestick, but I miss the Niners being in San Francisco. I really do.
I do too.
And so that was my sports, which is to come back to the city. The city.
Do you feel me on the fog?
Oh, I love everything about that.
Remember when John Madden used to do long soliloquies on the cleats the guys were wearing because Candlestick was below sea level?
Go watch the 94, 95 NFC Championship game over when the Niners beat the Cowboys. And Pat Summerall and John Madden talk about Jerry Jones the day before was going all throughout the Bay Area looking for longer cleats. And nobody was like basically selling it to him, and they couldn't find any cleats because the turf was so bad. And you got to have the 3/4 inch screw in, and look at them change it. And you see all these opponents getting dazed trying to change the cleats, and they're just getting ran at Candlestick Park. True home field advantage. Hell, I don't care. What are they doing with the malls downtown? Now, I know downtown's a mess. There's going to be a lot of empty buildings downtown. Bring their asses back downtown. Bring them to downtown. I don't care. Have them 10 minutes away from Oracle Park, 15 minutes away from Chase Center. That's my one sports wish.
It's so funny. We did not talk about this at all.
I didn't talk about it at all.
I can't believe that you and you were going to do one day. I don't want one day. No, I want to do something.
I just said one day. Just one day.
Yeah, no, forget that. That's not enough for me. Because I'm seeing all these new stadiums built all around. We can look at the Niners. I know you're insecure about it. We can all call it what it is. Your stadium design isn't the best. That's not an egregious statement. Yeah, I'm happy that you're in the Bay. I am. I'm happy. I can go visit my team. It's not the best stadium in terms of what it looks like. Okay? That's not an egregious statement. I'm happy you're getting the Super Bowl. I'm happy you built in the Bay Area. Like, there's levels to this. When you buy a house in certain parts of the Bay Area, you have to compromise. Hey, I'm not going to have a big closet. I might not have, a 2-car garage. I might not have a huge backyard. All right? The Niners design on the stadium, it's not the best. All right? It just isn't.
Well, it's sad because you look at Tennessee, right? The Tennessee Titans opened up their stadium. You see the roof.
It looks like a PlayStation. Am I the only one that saw PlayStation when you saw that?
But I saw a dope ass stadium is what I saw. I was like, damn.
Well, it does look sweet.
You look at Buffalo, like, oh my God, it's going to be electric. The Jacksonville Jaguars. Oh my gosh.
Which one? Are you talking about the London one that they're going to build in 25 years?
The one in Jacksonville. They're staying right there.
I mean, we've been to SoFi. You've seen Allegiant.
Ford Field's even nice. I've been to Ford Field.
I don't know if anyone's putting Ford Field up with these other ones, but keep going.
Go to Ford Field. Ford Field's not bad.
Okay.
Ford Field's not bad. I'm just saying, man. I want the Niners back in the city. That's all. But that's if we got other wishes, Spinoni, what's your wish? You got a wish, and we get Lubman in here.
Yeah, I just want to keep my team in Oakland. Keep the A's here. That's my wish. Like, my lifetime. Hell, I don't even care if it's a new stadium. I just want to keep my team here. Having to see the Raiders leave, and I know the Golden State Warriors are still here, but they're over in San Francisco now. Just keep one team in Oakland, that being the A's. That'd be my one wish.
All right, Lubman, what you got?
You know what? Actually, I get Brett Boone on the phone. That's going to take a couple minutes, and my wish is probably going to take a little bit longer than that. So maybe at like 8 o'clock we can get into my wish there.
What is your wish? We're not going to tease you. What are you doing?
Tune in at 8:30 for Sam Lubman's wish.
What the hell is
Hey,
your
man,
wish?
it's all about creative. All right, fine. My wish is, honestly, you kind of touched on it earlier, Bonte. I want to see a championship come back to Coral Gables. I want to see my Miami Hurricanes win the college football national championship. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know what conference they're going to do it in. And the road through the college football championship's going to be even harder probably the next few years because they're going to have like 10 rounds of playoffs or something like that. But overall, yeah, I want to see my Canes back on top because ever since I got to campus at Miami, it's just been frustration and mediocrity at this point. And I want to experience what fans felt like when they were supporting that 2001 Canes team.
Oh, at the Orange Bowl.
Mario Cristobal.
He's going to get some recruits down there.
Oh, he can recruit.
He can recruit his ass off.
Coaching.
We'll see.
X's and O's.
He did win a big game at Ohio State.
They spend down there in Miami, too.
And
NIL.
Trust me.
They spend. Let's see here.
By the way, his ringtone, for people that don't know the Lub, his ringtone on his phone, it's all about the you.
It's all about the you. Xfinity Mobile text line 650 Sports Wish. Steph Curry to end with more rings than LeBron James.
Ooh, that's
Jordan
a good
and
one.
SF.
That's a good one.
Let's see. Let's see here. You guys are tugging at my heartstrings. Blah, blah, blah. How about the A's? I would love for the A's to stay here. That's my Sports Wish. That's from the 619. I agree with you there on the Xfinity Mobile text line. We all want the Niners to stay. How about Matt in Walnut Creek? My Sports Wish is for the Niners to get a top 5 quarterback in the league and a franchise quarterback. Boy. Preaching to the choir there. We all want a franchise quarterback. Maybe it's Brock Purdy. Maybe it's Brock. We got more coming up here.
He
Brett
is
Boone.
the real deal, Shanahan said.
You know what, though? That offense went to another level, man. I can't deny that. 34.5 points per game before the Dallas game. Scored 19. That offense did look different. That was the most explosive offense ever under Kyle Shanahan. Maybe we're not talking enough about how this offense could go to another level. This may be the best offense in San Francisco since when? Niners 98?
I mean, the 02 team had Garrison Hurst and T.O. They were pretty explosive.
Niners 98 had, I mean.
No, 98 was ridiculous.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This offense.
Or was it Charlie Garner?
This offense is capable of being that in 02, 98. We can get on that in a second there.
17 games, 8 games, 7 games, 6 games. Like, we've got to get to 17.
We'll get to 17. But I'm just saying, the prospects of this offense looks dynamic.